Praise the Lord. Good morning, everyone. Couch stretch is looking real good. I'm starting to obtain what I feel is the ideal positioning for couch stretch on this side. I imagine that by next week this time I will be able to fully be against the wall, fully standing up straight, so to speak. This side, I'm still working on it. It looks to me like I'm a little too narrow, which makes me think that my right leg needs to be externally rotated and my left leg needs to be internally rotated. I will keep that in mind for tomorrow. Overall though, my shoulders are looking pretty square, so I know it's only a matter of time before I get to the point where I am equally adept like I am in the other position, the other side. I liked stretching my hamstrings with the weight behind my back so much more than just with body weight that I decided that I would continue to do it this way. And something to note is that my thoracic spine is forced to be straight. I don't have a curvature in my thoracic at all. It's just straight. And with this, I felt like the stretch was permanent rather than going back to normal as soon as I sat down and going back to being stiff. So I will be doing weighted hamstring stretches from this point on. Stretching my toes, stretching my wrists, getting warmed up, ready for some hand maintenance. I noticed that I'm not as fluid going one way as I am the other with that. I'm going to continue to do it on a daily basis to try to understand what needs to happen in order for me to be fluid on both sides. I feel like that will be imperative for preventing injury in the future. Once again, trying to exaggerate the heels on the ground while in the bottom of a narrow squat. Really trying to open up and utilize my legs. I feel like I get a lot more out of the narrow stance than I do the wide stance. I think that's why I keep going back to it. It seems to have more carryover to the rest of the things that I like to do. Anyways, moved on to stretching my hands. Like yesterday, my body's looking really square. Or maybe it was the day before, I don't remember. But my body's looking real square with doing circles. My fingers are developing quite a bit of mobility and are unlocking to the point where I am able to stretch them individually without having to include my palm, and that's a ton of progress. I'm very happy with that. This one, it looks like my left shoulder is a little forward and not packed, so I'll have to address that tomorrow. In total, I spent about 10 minutes stretching my hands, which I was a little dumbfounded when I looked at the footage. It only felt like I was there for about 3-4 minutes, but I spent, it was like 10-12 minutes in total. This is at 16 speed, so that's why it seems like it's so short in each position. Anyways, moved on to my glutes. Today the right side was very tight, which I was really surprised because normally it's not tight at all. The left side was not very tight. It was pretty loose compared to what it normally is. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm not mad about it. I'm very happy with butterflies. They're looking very symmetrical compared to when I started. There's a little bit of work that I could do and will do as the days go on, but I'm very happy with the passive mobility that has been unlocked through this process. Moved into side bends. This side felt really good. Stretch out. It was extra tight. Not sure exactly why. My guess is that I'm spending more time on the computer and it's causing my, not sitting in proper posture. It's causing my QL to get pretty tight. This side over here was not tight at all, but once again, my lat was pretty tight and my left shoulder decided to fall asleep. I'm guessing that has to do with my neck position, and then I think, the kettlebell being too close to me didn't allow me to open up properly. Regardless, I did get the stretch in, and my left lat feels a lot better because of it. Due to how tight my QL was on my left side, I decided to continue to stretch it, but without my arms, and this got an even deeper stretch. I was very happy with the stretch that I got here. Moving on to chest stretch. I don't normally do this one, but my chest felt tight today, so I went ahead and did it. I'm very happy to see that my shoulders are quite a bit more square than they were in the past. I'm glad that I will continue to be able to progress. One thing to note on the other side, it looks like my right leg is too far inwards, but I think what it really is my right hip is not externally rotated enough, and I think my left hip is also needing to change position just a little bit. But nonetheless, shoulders look pretty square, and I am happy with the progress I'm making. I'll just make mental notes moving forward. Into around the worlds, feeling very fluid, very happy with the progress I've made with my grip, very happy with the ability to swing the 40 around my body 40 times and not have my grip fatigue at all. I'm very impressed with the amount of endurance that my hands have gained through this short amount of time. moving on to swings. I am very happy with my form with swings today. I look to be getting parallel to the ground through the sets of swings that I did today. I did 8 sets of 10 and 1 set of 20. They look pretty good. My only critique is my feet are not staying straight ahead. They keep wanting to turn out, so I will have to figure out why that is and address it. I'm kind of thinking I may need to sit into a deep horse stance kind of stretch to teach my body how to be comfortable with my feet forward even with my knees wanting to come out. I don't know. I'll think about it. Going into stretching my lats after kettlebell swings. I'm loving how much mobility my thoracic spine has gained through this process. I think I'm going to add in some thoracic rotations in a lunge position to try to fully unlock my thoracic spine. And then I forgot to do my middle splits and I realized it, so I came into some middle splits today. I didn't get the range of motion that I wanted, and one side of my body is higher than the other, but I will address that, and I think that the thoracic extensions and rotations in a lunge position will directly help with this. It's interesting that my body seems to be straightening itself out, and my hips seem to be more level when I go down and onto my elbows. I'm going to have to experiment with that as well. Ended up doing a second set. I've talked about it before that I want to start doing 2 sets of specific exercises so that way I can truly gain the benefits and not just allow them to make slow progress. I want as much progress as possible where it is advantageous and not detrimental to myself. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a blessed rest of your day. All glory to Jesus, and I will talk to you tomorrow.